Good morning, Lumberjacks! Live from Sequoia Middle School, we have breaking news. And now here's your host, coming to you live from the office, Mr. Perez. Good morning, and welcome to Breaking News, where we tackle the tough issues and systems and procedures that will help you have a successful journey through Lumberjack land. My name is Rick Perez. I am your guidance learning advisor. If you notice, the first part of my name is guide, and my title is guidance, because I'm here to guide you as you navigate through your 7th and 8th grade experience here at Sequoia Middle School. Here on Breaking News for your advisory lessons, we will look at what are the procedures, policies, rules, expectations that will help you stay on the right track and so you can have a successful journey with all nearly 900 students who are here on this campus. I understand many of you say rules. I don't need any rules. Expectations, what are those? Well, I'm here to tell you that these rules, guidelines, and expectations ensure that there's organization, that there is a cool, calm, collected learning environment so that you and your teachers and staff members on this campus can have as great of an experience as possible as you spend your time here in Lumberjack land. Part of those guidelines for success that keep us on the right track today is what we're going to be tackling. So if you are in a classroom right now, I want you to look around that room and you will see something called the Guidelines for Success. And if your teacher doesn't have a poster up for Guidelines for Success, don't worry, I will get one to those classrooms that need a poster for Guidelines for Success, because these are very, very, very important in your experience here in Lumberjack land. Our guidelines for success are the values, expectations, and choices that make us have a wonderful year here and guide our decision making as a school. Our first guideline for success is choose to get respect by giving respect. Now, for many people, the idea of respect is a pretty easy concept to tackle. Everybody wants to be respected. Nobody wants to be disrespected. But we kind of sometimes forget the part about how do we show respect and good respect for other people around you. So within a classroom, there are some expectations that you will show respect to your teachers, that you will show respect to other students, that you will show respect to staff members. That goes for custodians, cafeteria workers, campus safety assistants, and also respect for the administrators. You're going to get to meet myself, Mrs. Toscano, our vice principal, Mr. Ward, our principal, our academic counselor, Ms. Ballesteros, any adult who comes on campus. And last but not least, show respect for the community when you are walking to and from school. That means I'm going to ask you a question right now that I want you to think about. How is it that you show respect for those people that you interact with on a daily basis here in Lumberjack land? So I want you to think about that. Just take a few seconds to think about that. Our second guideline for success is choose to be a better person every day. Now, I know it's our first day here at school, and hopefully I'm not the first person that's ever welcomed you back today onto this campus. I am so glad that you are here. But every day we have to constantly be getting better. We need to be getting better at gaining content knowledge within our subject matter. That means we are learning more about science, history, math, English, folklorico, your elective class, Spanish. We're getting better every single day here in Lumberjack land. We're also choosing to be better people. We're going to choosing to have better manners. We're choosing to have more responsibility. We're choosing to respect more every single day. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. So those of you who've been watching the Olympics, it's not about where you start off in the beginning, because all of us kind of have a starting point that may be here to start off, but our job is to grow every single day and choose to be a better person every single day. Our third guideline for success is choose to challenge yourself. Choose to challenge yourself to work harder for success. That's right. Choose to challenge yourself to work harder for success every single day. That word challenge here, challenge, is sometimes makes us feel uncomfortable because we're not used to being challenged. We're sometimes satisfied with just the way we are. You know, you say, Mr. Perez, I'm good enough. My mama loves me. All my friends think I'm great. I'm so smart. I got all A's in 5th grade and in 6th grade. And this year I'm going to do even better. Well, that's wonderful, okay? But we also are here as a staff, as teachers, as administrators, as staff members here on this campus, here to make sure that we're challenging you with difficult content matter. And sometimes those assignments that you're going to be doing in class will be very, very difficult. But it's our job to challenge that brain so you can exercise that brain so that when you leave this campus, you will be someone who is on the path to success and can meet any challenge that comes their way. Our last guideline for success is choose to get involved in something positive here on campus. So that means that we are choosing every single day to be involved in something positive. Now, how do you get involved in something positive here? You're going to see in the next couple weeks that there are going to be opportunities for you to join sports, clubs, and activities. But coming up next, that's right, coming up next, we're moving on from guidelines for success, and we're going to be looking at why do we have IDs and lanyards here on this campus. Right now, you notice I don't have an ID on, but the next shot, I'm going to have an ID and lanyard ready to go, because by the end of this week, every lumberjack who is a part of this learning community will have an ID and lanyard. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. I got to get my lanyard. Choose to get respect by giving respect. See you in a few seconds. All right, I am back. So, one of the expectations that we have for all adults, students, staff, visitors, is that when they come on campus, we're able to identify them really quickly and really easily so we know who is supposed to be here on this campus and who is not supposed to be on this campus. And one way that we do that in order to keep us all safe here in Lumberjack Land is that we require everybody to have an ID and a lanyard when they walk on campus. An ID will contain your photo, and you will also have your ID number on there, and also what grade you are. Okay, you'll be taking some photos for that ID that you will need to carry around with you all year long. That means that an expectation we have when you walk through the gates of Sequoia Middle School is that you have your lanyard and ID placed around your neck, just like this, and that it's showing your picture without any stickers or it being scratched out or without any markings on there, without anything drawn over your face. We want to make sure that you have that ID in good shape. My 8th graders remember that a trend last year started to happen where people started chewing on their ID. And we had to make sure that we had an advisory lesson where the Cookie Monster came out and told them how bad it was and how disgusting it was to chew on these IDs. So it's an issue of security. I want to make sure that when I see someone come onto my campus and they have one of these IDs and lanyards, I can say, hey, I know you're a lumberjack. Welcome. Come on in. Go to your classroom. But if I see someone without an ID or a lanyard around their neck, that tells me that that person does not belong on this campus, or that they have lost or had their ID destroyed or it's fallen apart, and that means that we need to get them a new one. You're going to find out that there are some consequences. That is a rule that we have here. Remember, rules are things that there will be a consequence if we can't meet those rules here in Lumberjack Land. And one of those rules is that we all have an ID. The consequence for not having an ID is that you're going to need to purchase a new ID, which for a new ID it's $3. For a lanyard and ID it's $5. But for the first one, as a gift to you, yes you, a gift that we have for coming to Sequoia Middle School is that you get your first ID and lanyard for free. That is right, gratis. You will get this for free. It's yours. Some students have kept it around all year long. They have a collection of them from last year. Make sure you have your most current ID. We do check them every single day, and we want to make sure that we keep this place safe and we know who's here on campus. Now, I hope that answers any questions about lanyards and IDs. Coming up in our next segment, our bell schedule and what that sounds like. And for you 8th graders, we have something new. Breaking news. Breaking news. We got some breaking news coming up in the next segment regarding the freeze bell in the morning. I think it's going to make a lot of teachers and also students happy about some breaking news about the freeze bell. My 7th graders, this is going to be just regular news to you. But for 8th graders, this is going to be breaking news. You're going to say, Mr. Prez, why didn't we do this before in the first place? All right, I'll be right back with our next segment of breaking news. All right, welcome back to Breaking News. On this next segment, our bell schedules. I hope this episode of Breaking News has been really valuable to you, where we went over our guidelines for success really quickly, and also our ID and lanyard policy. I hope you are looking forward to getting your ID. Look at my picture on there. Looks just like me right there. Yep, it looks just like me. All right, so moving on though. Our breaking news for 2016-17 school year. Within your agenda, you're going to get this. Look, we've got presents for you everywhere here in Lumberjack Land. This is your agenda that we're going to be going over in detail on Friday's advisory lesson. And there's just so much valuable information with this in this agenda. But the part I want to focus on right now for breaking news for this episode is on our bell schedule. It's something new. Don't worry. I'll put up a clear picture of our bell schedule on the screen with the magic of video editing. But if you want to see it right now, it's inside of your agenda. Maybe your teacher hasn't even passed this out yet. It's okay, teachers. Don't take off running to go pass out this agenda and start throwing them out right now during the advisory lesson. You'll have plenty of time to do that this week and when we go over agendas. But inside this agenda, you'll see a schedule. It's kind of blurry there. I'll zoom in a little bit here. Oh. And you will see late start and regular start on your agenda. Every single Monday this school year, except for today, because today is special. It's the first day of school here in Lumberjack Land. But every Monday that we have here is a special time for our teachers and staff. Every single Monday morning, our teachers and staff gather up inside of Unit C and learn about how to become better educators so we can serve you and fill your wonderful heads with more knowledge and more language skills and more just awesomeness. So in the morning we have to go practice for about an hour before school starts. What that means for you as students is that every single Monday we have something called a late start. Now Mondays are very special in the fact that we don't start school until 9 o'clock. Yes, I said it. 9 o'clock in the morning on every single Monday, we have an advisory schedule, late start advisory schedule for you. That means you don't have to come on campus until about 8:55 when you are ready to go for school. All right. So every single Monday, late start. You get to sleep in. You get to go on Facebook a little bit longer. You get to like people's posts. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. I seen it on Instagram. Send me a invite. You'll get to do that in the morning before you get to school, before you come onto Lumberjack Land at 9 o'clock. The rest of the schedule on Monday is pretty awesome too, because on those Mondays at 9 o'clock, you will have an advisory lesson similar to this one coming to you live in your first period with your first period advisory teacher. I want you to go ahead and look at your teacher right now, whoever your first period teacher is, and make sure that you memorize their beautiful, wonderful face, because you're going to be seeing them every single day, not just for first period, but every single Monday for an extended advisory of 35 minutes on Monday, where you will get to build a relationship. Yes, you, teacher. I know you're like, I don't know, Mr. Prez, if I can do this. Yes, you can do it, teacher. You will get to know your first period class very, very well through the advisory lessons, through class meetings, through bullying lessons, through more breaking news like this, through principal messages from Mr. Ward. It's going to be a wonderful time on Monday mornings. So look forward to that. All the other days of the week, Tuesday through Friday, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I said 8 o'clock in the morning. That means you got to be up and early, ready to go, 8 o'clock in the morning, here on time, in class, in Lumberjack Land. Also, within that schedule, on that Monday late start, if you notice, we also get out a little bit later. We get out at 3 o'clock rather than 2:30. But every other day, every regular scheduled day outside of Monday, we get out at 2:30 in the afternoon. So make sure you tell your grandma, your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your tío, your tía, your nana, your nunu, whoever takes care of you, that after school on Tuesday through Friday you get out at 2:30, and on Mondays you get out at 3 o'clock. All right, I hope that cleared up some questions about our schedule. I said I was going to have some breaking news for you. Here is the breaking news. There is no more freeze bell in the morning. That's right. No more freeze bell in the morning. No more freeze bell. No more having to freeze wherever you're at 7:50. You can when we let you into the campus, you may be in the east hallway, getting ready to go to your first period class, staying in one kind of area so you're not really roaming around. We'll have some hallway expectations that you're on a voice level that is acceptable for hallways, and I'll talk about hallways expectations. But you will not have to freeze. You won't have to freeze at the freeze bell. But at 7:55, when that bell rings to get you to class, make sure that you head over to your first period class for first period, either at 7:55 or 8:55 on late start Mondays. Okay, so I hope that was some breaking news. No more freeze bell. You're in 7th grade. Freeze bell, we used to have everyone stop and freeze right before class started, but we started to see that we were just yelling all the time, freeze bell, freeze bell, and everyone was still kind of just, it's very hard to freeze in the morning, and some of you wanted to get early, you be a little bit early to your classes, so we're going to go ahead and do that, but make sure that we have our best behavior during that time before school starts. Make sure that you are walking and not running. Make sure that you are keeping your hands and feet to yourself. Make sure that you're on a voice level 0, 1, or 2, and I'll tell you what voice levels are in tomorrow's advisory, and also give some clear expectations around hallway behavior. All right, well, I hope you learned a lot about our guidelines for success today. I hope that you understand why we need to have IDs and lanyards here, and don't worry, we'll be reviewing that again. I hope you are very pleased that the freeze bell has gone away, and I look forward to seeing you, yes you, tomorrow for your advisory lesson in your first period class. And as always, go Lumberjack.